All right, we back. My bad, my bad, my bad. Everything was like really, really jacked up. So hopefully y'all should be able to hear this now. And we're gonna start with my main man, the man of the hour, to set the stage. The one, the only, President Joe Biden. Take it away. All right, we back. My bad. Oh shit. My bad. I knew it was wrong. Y'all can't hear my main man. Hold up, let's take it back. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. My bad. I was trying to see what the sound going through, but it's not because of this reason right here.
You could take care, if you were a quartermaster, you can sure and hell take care of running a, department store thing, The way China will respond is when we parts on a forklift. What happened? The way China will respond is when we gather the rest of the world that in fact believes in open trade and making sure that we're in a position that the world that we deal with WHO the right way. That in fact that's when things began to change. I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does. I mean. No, but I mean, it's not about, I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal. And I had a nurse nurses at Walter Reed Hospital who would.
My bad. I gotta. For some odd reason, this audio is not being routed the way it's supposed to be routed. I told you OBS is always on some BS, man. And give it up for SWB Audio app because they are on some BS too. Because they never let me know that I'm supposed to get notifications of when things need to be taken care of. But I probably have been getting the notification, but just didn't respond to it. And that and such, that and such. So we just got to go through the hardwired settings on the computer and see what's what. See if I still have it routed that way. Yeah, it still is. Why is it not playing? Or is Slow Joe just that slow? Oh, I'm not hearing none of this at all. I'm not even hearing it first view. My mic is coming through good. I hear that. But why is Slow Joe not speaking? Oh, okay. No, not in studio mode. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. I know what it is. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Let's see. Where it's. There it is. All right. Now I should be hearing it.
Durable, reliable, and powerful.
No. The fuck is this shit? Just went out on me, man. Like, damn. Some beach. I can't even hear my main man. Oh, man, I'm telling you. This is a bad introduction. This is a bad introduction. All right, okay. I don't know what's going on. Everything seems to be proper. Let me see something right quick. Everything seems to be okay on my end. There. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works.
Won't remember. And when he does follow through or doesn't do,
When followed through, the exact opposite.
1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happened? The way China will respond is when we gather the rest of the world that in fact believes in open trade and making sure that we're in a position that the world that we deal with WHO the right way. That in fact that's when things began to change. I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does. I mean, but I mean, think of
All right, enough of Joe. We had enough of Joe. If the audio was coming through, the audio was coming through. But either way, he just always ceases to amaze my introductions with something. What's going on, Urban Therapist? Salute, salute, salute. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Joe always crashes the party. You know, my main man Trump is in the end. My main man Biden is in the beginning. That's what I'm trying to revolve into and get a comical relief in the beginning and in the end, because there's some serious topics in the meats and bones of it in the middle. So next time it should be okay. I had to pay some bills for my audio setup and stuff like that, and went through my main setup and see what was what. So now it should be running, and I'm recording this just in case if I get any rendering lag or the cam starts to do its thing like it always wants to do. Slow, stop, go, stop, don't freeze until the next time. But yeah, we're just gonna be covering one main topic I would like to talk about. And that is, shit, what is that? Okay, I see it. Okay, all right. All right, just making sure I'm getting the right definition and not the, I don't know where, I was just looking at something else on this freaking Google thing. But anyway. Uh-oh. The title is wrong. It's been oh my goodness. I gotta stop picking on Joe, man, because Joe is making my doggone workday so slow. He's making my workday so slow. The title is completely wrong. So the title may be wrong over there on the YouTube side. So I could fix that right quick. How did that happen? How did that happen? So it has to be wrong on the daggone YouTube side. I can fix that. Are children that grow up and to become adults, are their parents' behavior or vice versa? What I mean by that is the way we raise children, the way we perceive children, the way, even if we don't have kids, you know, that an adult human's perception of a child without a child is kind of swayed. But within that perception, you know, you still have people that don't have kids that are aunts and uncles, and they will look at their nieces and nephews as their children as well. So do adult behavior becomes the child, or the child becomes adult behavior? If the child becomes adult behavior, how does that child sponge that information up and to carry it out and govern his life? So this may be because I see that I'm kind of slowing and dragging on the YouTube here. So that's why I'm recording it, just in case the audio doesn't match up with the visual. It'll just go out as a premiere. So if you hear catching it live, like my main man say, we'll do it live. We'll just do it live. So bear with me. I'm gonna try to stick to it and not look at the screen and see the imperfection on the screen, because it's showing red and yellow and amber, and it's actually giving me statistics of how this stream is doing, and what I'm actually doing is what my computer hardware is doing. So I'm a techie nerd. So when it comes to stuff like that, I tend to want to fix that and get off the topic. But my secondary fix is the recording. So I just gotta rely on the recording and just move past and move past and move past. All right. So what we're gonna do now, since Mr. Joe is off the screen, we're gonna look up a couple of key words here. So hopefully while I take myself off the screen, the analytics should clear up a little bit, because somehow it's over processing somehow. I have a fan attached to it. I don't know what's going on. I don't really know what's going on. Everything is everything until I hit start stream and OBS. Get on that OBS. Damn it, man. Good topic, but I'm going to stick to it. Because it's near dear in my heart. All right. We're going to look up these definitions. And I'm on the wrong screen, of course. Slow Joe is making my whole day slow. First part of my day. But I didn't even do the introduction. Salute to everybody out there. Hey, if y'all having a bad work week, good work week, as long as y'all managing up until this point, to this hump day roll up. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. And always keep it A1 strain 1 as my introduction. Now, we're finna go to these definitions and get myself off the screen so I can clear up these analysts. Okay. Too much Slow Joe. All right. First, we're gonna look at the definition of a parent. All right. A father or mother. Be or act as a parent. Okay. Oh shit, I hit the wrong one. One that begets or brings forth offspring. A person who brings up and cares for another, foster parent. That was added. I think that was added. An animal or plant that is regarded in relation to its offspring. The material or source from which something is derived. A group from which another arises and which it usually remains subsidiary. Okay, we got parent. Now we're going to look up steward, because this was a hot definition, hot topic when someone said black women are the worst stewards of children. Now, okay, did I spell that right? No, I didn't. I think it's steward. Yeah. Okay, steward. One employed in a large household or estate to manage domestic concerns, such as the supervision of servants, collection of rents, and keeping of accounts. A fiscal agent, an employee on a ship, airplane, bus, or train who manages the provisions. Slow Joe. Provisioning of providing food and attendance attending passengers. Just do it live, man. One appointed to supervise the provision and distribution of food and drink in an institution. One who actively directs affairs. Okay. All right. Perform duties of steward to actively steward. So we saw the definition for parent, we saw the definition of steward. Okay, to classify those two and mash them up together brings me to this. Okay, if you're looking at your children as, children are a beautiful thing that's created through plan. I mean, I can't. I plan my child, so you know, and I know a lot of children, such as myself, were a part of unplanned parenthood. But slung it for those people slung in those positions, this would actually build onto that child's psyche because okay, you tell a child, you tell your children, your child or your children, if you have any, that when they ask you the question, how was I conceived, or how did you and mama meet, or how did you and daddy meet, and stuff like that, you have to give, depending on the age. Now, I'm a real age particular person. Certain kids don't need to know certain things at a certain age. You know, that's me being a parent and me being a father and me being a responsible adult when it comes to, when a child asks me a certain question, you know, I don't just go give them the definition that they need, the answer that they need, that's actually true, that's real life stuff, situation that child needs to hear, but that child has to grow up and develop. So then when that question arises again, if that child has any doubt about that question, he or she will ask that question again. So that answer that I give them in the first beginning in their upbringing, that's like the foundation of the true answer that they will be able to receive, and receive it in a manner to where it doesn't harm or shape their actions, their own. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. That's just my opinion. But dude, man, don't tell me this cat back here. I might have to run, man. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. And I didn't know my mic is that high. Ha! All right, my bad. Phone calls, phone calls, phone calls. Dogs, cars, and motors. Dogs, cars, and motors. Okay. All right. So to consider, to even say that a parent is, well, a single black mother is the worst steward of a child, it pretty much labels that, for that person saying that, is pretty much is labeling that child as a captive, uh, a, a servant, you know, someone needs provisions and stuff like that, being supervised and stuff. Now I see where it comes in. It's a gift and a plus. It's a plus and a minus. You know, a steward is a caregiver, fiscal agent. You know, a representation of that person is stewarding, or that object or that thing that it's stewarding, that is looking over, that is taking care of. You know, that is the main spokesperson for that product, whether it's person, place, or thing. Now, how that agent acts, and what those actions are, or that thing, like say, like an animal, you know, or you know, a human, or even an animal, whatever is, you know, calling itself a caregiver. The mentality and the actions are being absorbed on a scale to where, once we were that age, well, I'm speaking from a human's perspective now. Once when we were that age, you know, we saw and perceived things from the adult's perspective, and rotating it into a child's perspective. Slow Joe is plaguing. I need to start talking about that dude, man, because I think Joe done put a curse on my tongue, man. Hey, I'm TALLSTRANGER's husband, and I'm running for president. Oh, Slow Joe. But anyway, off that, we're gonna get to the funds, and we're gonna get to the giggles in a little bit. But now I've had like a lot of, you know, conversations with parents, and been around parents, and me being a parent myself. You know, I'm not the best parent, you know, but I strive to be the best parent, you know, as much as I can. You know, even though my son's is 800 plus miles away from me, you know, my traveling phobia, I won't do planes anymore. No, I won't do planes anymore. I don't do buses. I'm a driver. I love to drive. I love to see the scenery. I love to stop, you know, get a breath of fresh air. But with that driving, I do have lower back problems. I do have a crooked spine and stuff like that. And me just sitting and driving those hours. I did a test drive back to Florida one time. And man, when I say I had to stop over 8 times going and coming, it took me almost a day and a half for a 10-hour trip just to get there, because I stopped in doggone Troy. You know, I had to stop. I mean, these wasn't rest stops. These wasn't pit stops. Because when I get on the road, when I used to get on the road, I only make one stop. And that's for gas. And, you know, using whatever you got to do, use it then, because I'm making one stop there and back. One stop going, one stop coming back. And that was so ingrained in me till it was a norm. And when I saw myself breaking my norm, I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to do this no more, man. I'm going to have somebody that I truly trust to drive me where I need to go on long distances, or I'll start the beginning of the trip and someone has to finish off, and vice versa. But when it comes to me just doing it myself, I mean, I'm wide awake. I mean, I'm wired up. When I'm on the road, I'm on the road. And when that pain hits, I got to stop. I got to slow down. I got to pull to the side of the road. I got to get out the car, stretch, walk around a little bit. Because, like I said, I refuse to take my muscle relaxers. I'm just not getting prescribed the back soreness pills, but I'm not a pill person. I'm not a medicine person. I like natural healing, you know what I'm saying? All original parts. Well, I don't know, I'm getting off into a tangent, but that 13 to 15 hour drive, is it 13? I can't remember. Was it 13 or 17 hours? I can't remember. Because I remember from Florida, I think it was 13. And from here, I think it's 16, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. I'm almost tempted to fly. And I'm getting nervous about it now because, I don't have any problems with flying. I just don't like putting my life in someone else's hands and I can't really see what you're doing. I can only see the outcome. You know, I like to meet things head on. I like to see it face to face, eye to eye, you know. And if I'm on that plane, it's like, these little 4 hours are going to seem, 4 to 6 hours are going to seem like, I can't go to sleep. Sir, you want a drink? No, stop asking me these questions. Get me back on the ground, please. You know, so I can walk, you know. But I mean, hopefully I work up enough sacks to freaking get myself back on the plane. But until then, I have to work it through with driving. And I gotta freaking, I gotta just be prepared for it, you know. Because like when I start a trip, I like to get it over with, done and done. You know, I drive the speed limit. I drive careful, you know. And someone asked me the other day, man, they had asked me, because I'm going out of town. So it was like, well, what time are you leaving? It's like, nah, man, you need to leave early. I was like, what you trying to say? I drive slow? Yeah, you drive slow. I said, man, I can't drive fast, you know. I can only do 75 miles an hour, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, my truck is just, you know, it reacts in a certain manner when it gets to a certain speed, you know. Hey, it's called a 6-inch lift, you know what I'm saying? A mud truck, you know, with the pipes. But anyway, so like I said, and in that category, that makes me, in my opinion, not a great father from, you know, always being around my son, you know. But like I was telling someone else a couple of days ago, it takes two. You know, when one can't do, the other one should be able to meet that person halfway. It took two to get that one person here. Why is it only taking one, and the other one is being overshadowed to where, okay, everything is in your plate now. Everything is in your court now. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to do all this. I remember I used to drive up the Eastern Seaboard like it wasn't nothing. You know, like it wasn't nothing. I'm up in age now. I'm more paranoid. I'm more aware. I'm more freaked out by a lot of stuff at my age. And, you know, I don't have any traveling companions. So if I was to have someone to actually just dig in and just drive and just, you know what I'm saying, it'll be good for me, you know. But I don't trust people. Look, I've been in accidents, and all my accidents have been on the passenger side. So I'm real particular about who drive around, who is behind the wheel, and I'm on the passenger side. So those driving companions, and for me, they are really, really slim to none, just to let you know that. So I have a real strict, rigorous, selective interrogation when it comes to, can you drive? How fast do you drive? Do you always wear your seatbelt? How many times you look at the rearview mirror? How many times you look at the side view mirrors? Do you always control traffic or run through traffic or try to beat traffic? You know what I'm saying? You have to meet the criteria. Man, I'm getting old. But anyway, in that department, I am a piss poor father for not being able to travel as much as I want to and as much as I used to, you know. But when giving someone the opportunity to say, hey, you know, just meet me halfway. Well, I don't know. I talk to him and see what he wants to do. Look, this goes to my next definition. I said, look, you are the parent and not the friend. Now, that steward word, hey, it's a toss up for me. I mean, I see where it's coming from. I see where that person made their point about black women are the worst stewards of children. I mean, truly enough it felt like to validate his point, he threw race in there instead of saying humans are worst stewards of people, and especially young children. I mean, I would have understood it better that way instead of just throwing steward out there. You're giving a blanket term, so in my opinion, it's a blanket term. It means something, but it could mean a plethora of things if it's applied correctly. But I don't agree or disagree. I'm neutral with that talking point right there, my sir. Okay, so but this is my talking point right here. You are a parent and not a friend. You know, at times you could be that friend. You know, when that child needs a friend, you are that child's best friend and that parent. But you have to know when to cut one portion of that mentality on and when to cut the other one off. I'm my son's best friend, in my opinion. But when it comes down to parenting and setting things aside and letting him know what's what and what's not what, and he's at an age now, I told him, whatever you want to know, feel free to ask me. And I will let you know. I will give it to you at the best of my capability. If I don't know something, I will tell you where to find it. If I can't find it, I will help. We're going to help each other find it. You know, that's how we learn and grow together. In that department, I am a friend. I am a confidant. Oh man, I don't know why Golden Girls just popped in my head. For some odd reason, it just popped in my head. That's my favorite show too. I used to watch it with my grandmother. That in Dallas. But anyway, sweet memories, man. Sweet memories. But she even knew when to be, even though she was my grandmother, she was still my parent. You know, I was around her more than my actual parents. So she knew when to be my friend and she knew when to be my parent, my steward, so to say, my caregiver. You know, the definition of a friend, one attached to another by affection or esteem. Acquaintance, one that is not hostile. One that is the same. Oh shit, I messed that up. One that is of the same nation, party, or group. One that favors or promotes something, such as a charity. A favored companion. Oh, I'm not reading that one. Everybody know I'm non-religious. I'm not reading that. I'm not casting that spell on me. The act of a friend to befriend. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if you always, as a parent, you know, like I said, you got to know when to turn which side off, the friend side and the parent side. You have to know which to turn on and which to turn off. Something should switch on when it's time to discipline your child. I'm not saying just haul off and beat your child or curse them out or curse her out or scold them. Let them know what they do wrong, and you have to. It's ways to do it. You know, you can do it in a friendly manner. You can do it in a friendly manner, but also have that parent edge, have that parenting mentality edge, driving that friendly. What is it? Aura. I guess that's what I want to say. That friendly motivation. I mean, how you talk to people. I'm big on this. I'm really, really big on this. How you talk to people is how people would perceive it and receive it. And they will label you of how you talk to them and treat them. You know what I'm saying? Now, at times I can be an asshole. I own that. You know that. But I say asshole stuff going off of facts and things that I have taken in and analyzed and that I disagree with. But when it comes to a child, you can't be an asshole around a child because you implementing assholism inside of a young mind that's already sponging up everything. Okay? So you have to know the boundaries of parentship and friendship. You can be a friendly parent. You can be a parent-friendly person. You can be totally friendly with your kids. Totally. But when it gets to a breaking point to where it's like, oh, I just want to get out of here. You on my nerves now. That act right there, that action, that thought process, that's the things that we need to work on. Those are the things that's instilled inside of a certain age group that's fading off by the wayside. Now it's more young age groups coming around like, oh, just go ahead and give him popcorn and ice cream and stuff and let him shut up. He'll be okay. The fuck? Not one, you putting cholesterol inside of that body. Two, you growing that child into become an early diabetic. And then when that child gets to school, my mama say you can't do this, or my dad say you can't do this to me because I'm this, and this the way I'm gonna have to be. And some of them just settle on it. Like, no, whatever happened to the grandfather lineage? Whatever happened to the grandmother lineage? Like, now I see grandmothers that's damn near my age, and I'm 39. I'm like, damn, the fuck were you doing? You a grandmother now? Like, I love lineage. I'm a strong advocate for lineage because that's what was instilled and ingrained inside of me from my grandfather. I got a chance to meet both of my great grandmothers, but sad to say, both of my great grandfathers have passed. So, I was fortunate to meet my grandfather's mother and my mother's, my grandfather's mother and on my dad's side. I met his mother's mother. No, I met my dad's mother, and I met my mother's mother's mother. I actually lived with my great grandmother for a little, off and on, because she used to always make this hot water, she called it water bread, hot water cornbread and stuff like that, and cabbage. And she used to always eat the green cantaloupes, honeydews, and dip snuff and stuff like that, and had a big old portrait of Martin Luther King sitting right up on her house chair where she always sit and watch her westerns and stuff like that, watch her stories and just sit there and just. Now she the one who was actually telling me about my dad, because I didn't know my dad at the time. I didn't really know my dad until I was like 9, I think, or was it 9 months? Yeah, from 9 months to the age of 7.5. I was always back and forth with my dad and my grandmother, my dad, my grandmother, my dad, my grandmother. My grandmother got sick, so now I gotta live with my mother and my stepdad. And but that's what I'm going off of. My experience, which shapes my opinion, and through my experience. Now, carrying it forward, my son hasn't met his grandfather on my side. My great grandfather, my grandfather, my dad's dad, he recently passed 3 years ago. I want to say 3. I'm not accurate about that. Never met him, but he always spoke highly of him. My grandfather, he always spoke highly of him. When you gonna let us see that boy? This, that, and other. I'm like, look, it's up to his mother. I mean, his mother said I'll never see him again, and she don't even trust me being it seems like I physically, the way it seems, the way she's portraying it and the way she's living it out, because someone told her that my son said that I physically abused him when I told him to stop running around the pool, and he slipped and hit his head. And I just said, you know what? It's time to go, because I told you 5 times to stop running around the pool. Stop running around the pool. Stop running around the pool. You slipped and hit your head. That's your discipline. So now pool is off limits until you know not to run around the pool again. So once we got back to the house, I told him, I said, look, go back there. Now go back there and tell your mother why you coming back this early. He went back there and started crying and said I was mean to him. I said, no, I wasn't mean to him. I was telling him to stop running around the pool. And I got on his mother about that. I said, you sit up there and just talk yourself blue in the face. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop. Okay, you're going to fall and hurt yourself. He fall and hurt himself, and you allow him to go back and do the same things that you told him to stop doing, and then allowed him to hurt himself. One time, he's jumping up on the couch. I'm sitting there reading the book. I said, son, stop jumping up on the couch. You're going to fall and hurt yourself. Okay. Keep jumping up on the couch. I said, son, please stop jumping up on the couch. You're going to fall and hurt yourself. All right. Son, let's go outside because I see now you finna fall and hurt yourself. And as soon as I got up, he said, oh, okay. He kept on jumping. Boom. Next thing you know, he busted his eye, the top of his eye, the bridge of his eye on the corner of the coffee table. And at that point in time, my maternal instincts kicked in. Soon as I saw him, boom, I just picked him up, looked at him, and it was good. It was blood gushing everywhere. Went to the bathroom, cleaned him up and stuff like that. I mean, it was instant reaction. And you know what this clown gonna say? Let me see. He looked. So I turned him into the mirror and stuff. He's like, ah. I said, see, it don't hurt, but it could have been worse because what I was telling you. He said, yeah, you told me to stop jumping up and down on the couch. I said, you gonna keep on jumping up and down on the couch now? He said, no. I said, why? Because now I have to get stitches from my actions. Of course, you know. But if you allow, I said that to say this: if you allow certain behaviors to pass and let it keep passing, those children will grow up to adapt to that. And, you know, the first thing they'll say, well, my mama let me do it, my dad let me do it, so I might as well let them do it. No, it's not like that. The thing about being a parent is correcting the correcting or perfecting the way you were brought up as a child through how your parenting, whoever who parented you, whoever who governed you, whoever who instilled a lot of information and a lot of guidance inside of you. It's up to you to carry on that torch and pass it off properly. And I want to say hope for the best, but you always got to be there, and you always have to stand firm on your groundation. Don't let anything shape it. You know, I'm not condoning abuse or anything like that. Abuse is really destructive to a child coming from an abusive person. I mean, not me being an abusive person, but me being abused as a child. I don't condone that. Only thing I see it, I speak towards it. If that person is still doing it, it's that person. You know, and that person needs to seek help and get help. And I can only do so much. But when it comes to me and mine, that person knows how I am. I'm not an abusive person. I'm an asshole at times, but I'm an asshole for a point. And I let that point be known. I say, I'm letting you know, this is the reason why I'm saying this. This is the reason why I feel this way. This is the reason why I'm looking to correct what's going on, what's being presented in front of me. Now, I come off as an asshole. I come off as just an angry old man. No, I'm angry for a reason, because I'd be damned if I have to get a phone call late at night saying that this child is into some dumb shit. Just because we both grew up and experienced some dumb shit, that doesn't mean it has to carry on and pass forward, and we still have to take that as okay, well, I used to do it. No, correct it. You know, if you don't correct it, it's going to become a problem. It's going to become a major problem to where When you look back at it, you can't have a regret about that seed was implanted, and how that seed for that action was implanted. So, gave y'all 3 definitions: parent, steward, friend. Which one of you? I know who I am, and yes, I do agree. We are the behavior of our parents. Good, bad, or indifferent, we are the behavior. Because we had to learn from somebody, right? Parents and community, it's they say it takes a village. We are that. As adults that are my age and older, we are that, and we are dying. We are dying off. Our age. I'm not saying the mentality that is, because some of us, I don't see any. I think 35 is the last of the ones with the old grandmothers that, you know, that wouldn't mind grabbing a broomstick, you know, and those were days to where beatings were implemented in there, and those in that generation's head through their parents. They didn't decide. Some of them decided to correct it, and that's how you get parents with that's around a certain age group with a mentality of, okay, I know what this means. I know how to. I know what's going on. I'm gonna let certain stuff pass, but I'm gonna be strict sometimes. That's called breaking the cycle. I mean, if you look at it, it's called breaking the cycle, but that person actually has to live by those morals. You know, take the past, interpret it in the future, and interpret it in the present, and let it shape your future. You know, you have to shape it up present day, present form. You know, in order for the future of your generation and our generation to actually flourish and succeed. You know, you have to be all and so much more. If you have kids, if you don't have kids, good on you. I mean, if you don't want to have kids, that's why I'm clapping. Good on you, because you have certain standards set for yourself. Good on you. I wanted a child because I wanted to leave a legacy behind, you know, because I'm my father's only child. His father had 8 children. I wanted to have more children with that one particular woman, with that one same woman. It didn't work. One came out of it. I wanted plenty more by her. And to see that she had 2 outside of me, it hurts to a certain extent. It's like, well, fuck, what the hell? What's so wrong? Why am I so fucked up? So I had to address a lot of stuff that I had to bring up that came along in my childhood. I had to analyze. I had to break that down. And I'm glad that I never took anything out on my child when it came to that. Because even though I didn't know, even though I didn't process it, I knew what happened to me in my childhood, but it was like a vault and key. I was like, I'm not talking about that. Don't nobody want to hear that. You know, I'm not finna be talked about. I'm not finna be ridiculed, laughed at, and stuff like that. That was that fear. You know, once I relinquished that fear and me coming into the knowing, I put it back on like, okay, well, why did she say this? I never treated him like that. I told her I grew up like that, so why would I treat him the same way? I'm here to break the cycle, not keep the cycle going. You know, I believe in not having a child out of wedlock. You know, unfortunately, he was conceived out of wedlock. He was born out of wedlock. But a marriage was planned. But my thing was, don't plan a marriage. Don't plan a marriage if you don't have financial backing and everything in place and in order. Her comeback was, it doesn't have to be perfect. I said, I understand that. I'm not talking about perfection. I'm talking about mainly finances and getting things under perspective. I mean, certain people supposed to do your wedding. Certain people from your side, certain people supposed to do the wedding from my side. So let's all sit down and talk and come to some form of agreement to which me and you could afford. I mean, we already have a house together. We plan to get a house together. I mean, all this was in the works. You know, it blew up in my face, but hey, like I said, I'm an asshole at times, but I'm an asshole for a reason. I don't say aggressive things, but I don't say it in I don't use aggressive, what is that, gestures or, uh, uh, tone or anything like that. But my words cut so deep to where it's an asshole aggressive conversation to where it's like, man, how could you say things like that? I can because it's the truth. It's the only reason that I can live. I have to live by the way I perceive things and interpret it. If it doesn't seem right, if it doesn't feel right, check that. Check it out. Look it up. If we can't make this happen in a certain time frame, let's put it off. Because right now it's not it's not matching up. Well, you want to go off and do this, you want to go off and do this. Of course, because out of all my endeavors, I'm looking at my financial backing. You know, I'm gaining rapport to fund this. I'm working these jobs for this reason, to build this family. It blew up in my face, and here we are now. You know, and I'm not a mad person. I'm not a sad person. I'm not a vindictive person. I don't have any regrets. You know, I'm looking back. You know, with my age and the you know, growing up within that my 20s and stuff like that. You know, I actually slowed down when I slowed down a whole bunch in my 20s. You know, because I at that point in time I've done it all. You know, I've done what I wanted to do except graduate from college because I ended up going to the military before I went to college. So, I mean, there's nothing else for me to do but to build a family. That's it. So that's why I planned my child and she was on board, but somebody wasn't really on board. So that's my asshole side coming out. All right. But anyway, that's it. That's my spiel. My spiel. I don't know. That's it. Wrapped up into one. And I'm still a little congested. I don't know what is going on. So it's been plaguing me for a lot of reasons. Okay. So that's the webpage telling me it's time to get off this site and go back to the home screen. And hold up for a second. Let's see if we can spice it up a little bit. Let me cut this off because I don't want my camera to mess up anything. I'm running good numbers right now. I only have 231 drop frames with 2.2% on the network. So it's a little lag, but not enough. I'm not saying it to be a good thing. It's a little lag, but it's not as much lag as I was getting earlier with the camera on. So that's what I mean by I gotta cut the camera off. So my computer could stop processing so much. If I can find it. I don't know where I put it though. Let's see. Hold on, right. Where is it? Oh, it's not in this one. My bad. It's not this. Okay. All right. So let's switch back to this one then. All right, here we go. Okay, now where is it? Let's see. Hold on for a second. Hold on. There it is. All right. So that's off, even though it's still running on, so it won't be over processing too much. Damn it, and it just did it. Okay, it's back to 30 frames a sec. Okay, cool. All right. So now we're finna go to my main man for the little comical relief. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Always be the best version of yourself in all endeavors. Always approach every situation with a level head and a wise tongue. Leave your heart where it's at, because heart leads to emotions. You know, in a lot of situations, you have to analyze emotion and logistics. You know, if you're speaking stats, what's more into play? Stuff that's proven or stuff that's accusated? I don't even know if I said that word right. Accusated, I think. I gotta enunciate my words, enunciate my vowels and pronouns and proverbs and shit like that. I mean, excuse me, but hey, we finna load it up. We finna leave y'all with something. And I know I'm gonna get flagged for this, but it's funny as shit. It's funny as shit. Joe crashed the party, okay? Slow Joe crashed the party with his ramblings and antics and stuff like that, with his Barack America speech. So I also have to have my main man close out the show. And hopefully I don't get flagged for it, because I always play it on. I used to always play it on the outro, but now I play it. I play it in my head. So let's see. I'm gonna give y'all a good one. But if they flag it, I know who flagged it. So, but I'm gonna tell him I'm using it now. I'm letting him know as soon as I go to the page. I'm using it now. So let's see. Let's see if it's still up first. All right. So Maestro Zikos, I love your shit, man. Hey, salute to you. Hats off to you. My main man, he did this the proper way and the right way. And oh my goodness, I gotta play the video. I have to play the video. So, with that being said, we're gonna play this and then we out. Y'all be the best version of yourself. And always, hold on. Going too far. Shit. It just started playing for some odd reason. Okay. And always keep it A1 strain 1. And we are about to let my main man holler at you. And like I said, Maestro Zikos, salute. I'm using your video because I fucks with it. I fucks with it, my man. All right, here we go. Enjoy.
Real good time. I'll never ask for the rainfall.
That was the audio.
You showed me nothing at all.
This is the audio to the video. The video came out crappy, so here's the audio. My bad.
Like misery.